Battlefield of Eternity, the first map between Chili Mountain and Team Ash, semi-final number 1 in qualifier number 3. So, the Apes, aka Team Ash. Team Ash, they went through... Honestly, I have no idea how many versions of Team Ash we had. Pretty much what happens is, like, we had this old school Team Ash. I think back then... Oof, was it Sevkaja or was it Stork that created the first one? I honestly don't remember, but they still were all playing back then, and it meant Arthur's Stroidram. Arthur's builds a temple, and it was always like the Russians and Ukrainians like teaming up and forming one here. And then when a new tournament came along, or a new tournament circuit, or a new event, oftentimes the players would like band together again under the same team name, but oftentimes with 1 or 2 players being swapped in and swapped out, and it always changed. And so sometimes they changed the abbreviation as well to mean something else, and right now I think it means apes. Yeah, apes stand together or something like that. So it's not quite working because the H is in the middle of together, but that's the way that they designed it this time. Either way, it's always a Russian-Ukrainian team with players that I think there's a total player pool on this team that is like 10, and they always get swapped around a little bit, and sometimes someone new comes in and so on and so forth. So it's always Team Ash, and yeah, at the end of the day, it's a very similar composition. And they share all a certain aggression in their playstyle that they're executing, so it's always kind of fun to watch them. But I digress a little bit. Battlefield of Eternity is our first map in the best of 3 here at the X Cup Summer Qualifier. And we have Chili Mountain against them right now. With Chili Mountain obviously being the favorite for this one. They've already won the last tournament, and they are obviously still the top dogs in Europe right now. And yeah, a little bit of a different lineup for them occasionally as well. They're obviously playing in other tournaments too with pretty much the same players. The old team here today with Macke, so they also will attend the CCL finals. It's actually kind of wild. Apparently, out of the 3 teams that are already qualified for the CCL finals, 2 are European, playing online with a ping disadvantage. So yeah, there's kind of that. But again, as we now go for our first map in this best of 3 series, we have again Sylvanas being picked very early here. So they play with Fahrländer, by the way. I'm just now realizing this. So I'm not exactly sure what happened earlier, because we were in the lobby and we had Bishops. Bishops was already in the lobby, and then he got kicked out of the lobby. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. If he had to go AFK real quickly and he told them, guys, I have to go. And so they got a sub in. But now they're playing with a Fahrländer at this point. So something is going on there with the people that are playing with. Again, reiterating a little bit of what I said earlier about changing players that they sometimes have here. But with that, now we got Muradin, we got Rhaegar here in Battlefield, we got Dibbles and Li Ming on the other side now, with Li Ming, of course, gonna try and get those combos executed against the Immortal. If you also get a bit of momentum and resets on your skills while you're heading through the team fight, that's even better for you. But yeah, let's see. We got our last 2 picks. And what do we get there? Imperius and Hogger. Yeah, that's a triple front line. Whew. Hogger obviously great for the top lane too, depending on what they want to send up there first. A lot of CC now from them. Good damage from Li Ming. Very safe and protected too. And the last pick, last but not least, for NOP, before we're heading into Battlefield of Eternity. We need a little bit more damage for them. They have Muradin and Blaze at the front, so that's a lot of stuns that they can chain. Rhaegar for some added damage and instant heals. And then Sylvanas plus Vala. Ooh, Sylvanas plus Vala. Girl power, let's go. Probably going to be an arrow build, considering that they're not running a double support here. But either way, Team Ash, everybody, against Chili Mountain. Game number 1 in the best of 3 here at the semi-final of the 3rd qualifier for the X Cup Summer 2022. Game on! Chili Mountain against Team Ash. We got map number 1, Battlefield of Eternity. Banana H on the left on Brightwing. Ultralisk on Li Ming. We got Macke on Hogger. Masquerade on Diablo. And Dequaza is playing Imperius. As Team Ash is playing with Renella on Rhaegar. Fahrländer on Sylvanas. We got Ninopi on Vala. Maitri on Blaze. And Morenas is playing Muradin. So once again, since people are always freaking out a little bit, Dainu, he has already been announced that he is not going to attend the offline finals for the CCL in the US. so he also did not go to the Miami event in February. The offline event that Team was able to win. Macke back then subbed in for Dino. Dino had problems with his vaccine status. The US changed the regulations a little bit, and for example, the J&J vaccination, where you only got 1 shot compared to the 2 that you have with Moderna and Pfizer, you didn't count as fully vaccinated anymore, something along those lines, and so that was part of the reason why he couldn't make it. I think something similar is now currently happening also with the CCL finals, so he's not going to attend those. He played last week for Chili Mountain, and he's still part of the team, so people that always freak out when they don't see a certain player, you guys gotta relax a little bit. Especially when we're talking about the X Cup. The entire tournament series is designed to make it attractive and fun for the audience and for the players, which means we have a lot of tournaments here that the people can participate in, but they don't have to, and there can always be some subs too. So if in one of the events you want to play, but one of your players can't, you can always sub somebody in. So today Dino isn't playing, but of course Team or Chili Mountain in this case, they've played with a lot of subs in the past, oftentimes using, for example, also mod check. So just because one of the core players is for one tournament not here doesn't automatically mean that the person stopped playing the game altogether or got kicked out for whatever reason. But yeah, people always freak out a lot about this a little bit too much. Now, either way, with Ash and Chili Mountain, we got the camps already exchanged. Bot lane, top lane, 1 each. Vala is expected, is going for an arrow build right here. And yep, there we go. Down to the bottom of the map, we got Masquerade and we got Ultralisk currently doing their thing. And on the right side, with the first objective popping up soon, it's time for a little bit of additional camp clear. So let's go. Okay, at this point in time, not a lot of stacks for Vala. Didn't get a lot of opportunities there. Blaze gets eliminated, so yeah, Blaze loses his life up here at the top, and that's the first blood in the game as Chili Mountain gets a kill. We got still some Khazras in here too. Yeah, and here we have Morenas on Muradin doing his thing. Vala by now has opted into the repeating arrow and is definitely going to be responsible for a big chunk of the damage they can do to the Immortal. But they also do the heroes. Tequaza finds himself in trouble for a second, but the team turns it around. They go for Muradin, and Morena survives. Masquerade eats the Stormbolt and dies to Nano-P. As Nano-P says, fuck it, waltz forward, and starts to drop even more hit points. So down goes a Diablo, immortal my ass. So, yeah. And here we go. There's apparently like a lot of threats again about like Diablo Immortal. Seems like a lot of people would really like to play the game, but they're bad at dual wielding their credit cards, so they can't, which is a bit unfortunate here. But yeah, as we now have the objective attack, it seems like we're going to get a lead for the red team. So Team Ash is pulling ahead a little bit here. Nice. But then at the same time, the stun into the wall, and Muradin is dead. So, Muradin is down, and that is setting the red team back a little bit. Yeah, of course, at the same time, talking also about some changes. Would also be nice to get an update again, but we can't expect from a mobile gaming company like Blizzard too much when it comes to actual PC games. So I'm happy that they didn't shut the servers down yet, but it is what it is. The red team wins the first objective and takes the Immortal. And now the chance to maybe even go for Dequaza. If they get the kill here, that would be the dream, of course. The Stormbolt connects, and that is the end of Imperius. Imperius is dead, and so is a Masquerade. And damn, Team Ash is going ham on them. Chili Mountain falling a bit behind here. Yeah, the push at the bot lane with Muradin. Up at the top, we still have the 4-man going strong. With level 7, of course, Monster Hunter for Vala, so adding to the pressure on the objective. A 2 versus 1 defense down here at the bottom of the map, but up at the top with Sylvanas, they're going for the 2-split push as they drop the fort, and they're trying to drop a few heroes too. Pogga gets attacked too. Nano-P a bit low, but they're still moving away from this. The wall is opened up, the fort has taken damage at the bottom of the map, even more so. But we have... Ooh, careful. Muradin Yeah, Morena's nearly in trouble here. Gotta say it again, by the way, finally somebody that plays a proper skin with Myrden and doesn't go for the Pedo Bear skin. So, yeah, Morena's... That's a real dwarf, you know? Gimli would be proud of that beard and that cloak. But as budget Gimli gets pushed into the wall again, we have also a lot of CC pressure on him as they're trying to get a kill on Myrden. Now, that hasn't quite happened, but the pressure is now there from Chili Mountain. I mean, it's always the thing. If you're getting a few kills against them in the early game, that's obviously nice, but you always have to be able to follow up with it throughout the game. And Chili Mountain, they are crazy. They played such a clean tournament last week. It was pretty impressive to once again see them just performing nearly perfectly here, especially the matches they played against Bang Bush. It was quite nice. Now, down to the bottom of the map, Ultralisk, while the rest of the team is brawling a little bit, is going for a camp. But that opens the top lane up for even more pressure, and that's exactly what we see from the red team for just a second. But as you can tell, Muck and Masquerade were already aware that this might happen, so they were in position just in time, allowed Brightwing to teleport in too, and off we go. Bot lane, yeah, might try. He's holding the fort, figuratively and literally at this point, as the team is waiting for the early level 10, which might actually help them get a bit of lead on the halftime show. They're about to lock their heroic abilities in, and there's just nothing that Chili Mountain can do about that. So there's level 10 abilities. Myrden with a zoning Stormbolt. And they get Brightwing, maybe slow stuns. They're dropping everything on the Fruit Fly. The Exterminators are in the house, and they are dropping them. Down goes the book, and that is kill number 4 for the team. Vala is, of course, going straight up for the Immortal, and it's just murdering it. Not a lot of stacks on level 1. Again, it's only 13, so more is definitely possible here. But it's still plenty to take the Immortal down a notch and drop it to 50% HP. Camps now about to be claimed by both teams. So, yeah, or not? No, actually let this one slide for now. But they want the objective. And who can blame them? So here we are. We got them pushing in again, whereas Morenas is a bit alone. Still has his ult though, so he's fine. Mind control from Sylvanas could be used any moment. But there's the ult from Diablo first. The barbecue! And Morenas dies. Myrden is dead. Was about to escape. Falada! Oh, careful. That could have been the end of him. I mean, if you spitball Sylvanas at that point, she dies. So, yeah. That would be some mean spitballing, but still. Now, the Quasar gets also attacked, but Banana H is able to help out. The problem, of course, is that with Myrden falling, the blue team had no problems going for the Immortal and turn things around here. So, with the stun on Hogger slowing things down, they're still winning it. Immortal is going to be taken, but they're trying to go for a kill at the top. The Quasar gets isolated and gets killed, and now they go for Diablo, and here's the double kill. Gotta give him that. They didn't give up on the situation, and they might not have been able to take the Immortal, but at least they took 2 heroes down, and now they are pressuring the top side, and Ultralisk could die. Yeah, that could have been a problem. Stormbolt again, zoning more than anything else. Blaze is defending at the bot lane. But look at Team Ash. Nice. They get the double kill. Then they go for the top fort. They have Blaze defend the bot lane for now, and then they rotate down with everybody else. So decent splits by them. But of course, the longer this lasts, the more value this bottom Immortal is going to get. Morena's on his way out. It's another Stormbolt, and this time he's going to be able to escape. As bot side, the Immortal is about to be taken down. Maitre was trying to go for an engage and a jet propulsion stun, and he nearly paid the price for it. But they defended this fairly okay. They are likely going to lose that fort regardless, but they took one down topside too. So there's that. Dibbles with the engage attempt. Not quite working for him. Vala is by now on 28,000 damage. He's top damage in the game. Top damage for the blue team, by the way, Imperious, so one of the melees that they're running here. And yes, he is obviously packing quite the punch here, so there is always that. Alright, so as the action continues, what else do we get for now? We still have them pushing here as best they can through the top with another camp that they just locked in. Also on the right side, of course, Blaze still going... No, he's not going for another one. I was expecting him to start to set the Shaman camp up, but didn't. 6 kills to 3. A lead in experience for Team Ash, but it's only a small one. But they're doing well. I mean, against Chili Mountain, it's never really easy, you know, to dominate the game. And I wouldn't go that far with them here either. But they have 6 kills to 3, and they're really working on this. The mind control is missing. And the bunker has also been used. The level 13 talent advantage did not help them enough to grant them a kill or two. But yeah, here comes the play for Muradin. We've been talking about this triple front line from Chili Mountain quite a lot. But they have, of course, now with Diablo, with Imperius and everyone else, a lot of CC that they can use to just target one hero specifically and drop them. Brightwing always helping in with a poly bomb as well. Now on the left side, we already have the push for the wall. And that's where Hogger comes now into play to shut that down as quickly as possible. Yeah, and in the meantime, Maitrai is now also making his move back down to soak some extra experience. It's not going to lead them to another talent lead. So they're losing some time here as Chili Mountain is pushing. Thankfully for them, they still got Sylvanas, Rhaegar and Vala and are pretty much drawing even. I mean, honestly, this is one of the closest immortals that I've seen in a while. 101 hit point between the two as they're now making their play. So yes, here comes the attack against Diablo as the mind control connects, and it connects hard. Yeah, Maitrai is moving in now too. Off we go. And can they get a quick kill against this one? If Vala is able to drop a few more arrows, then the RNG might just be with them and drop this bad boy. And it is dropping dangerously close as the top lane pushes for the keep. Team Ash, I like what I'm seeing. I really do. A lot of nice moments in game number 1, even though this could have gone either way. But here they are doing a lot of things very well. And this, of course, creates another problem for Chili Mountain that forces Li Ming now to retreat. And once they see her on the minimap, they immediately trigger an attack towards the left to try and see if they can maybe get Vala into a position where she can shoot off a few more arrows. Or get a kill, of course. But Diablo with the ult, and Farlander somehow escapes, gets the Ancestral, is fine. Dequaza pushing way past here and nearly getting stunned by the Immortal. Diablo engaging as Masquerade is making a move for the backline. Marke retreating slowly with Hogger. Big stun from Dequaza, but the blue team is having some trouble here. And Dequaza in particular is starting to drop incredibly low, and the jet propulsion of Blaze kills him. Blaze gets the kill. 5 versus 4, not quite over yet. Marke also running rather low in hit points. Masquerade also getting chased, and they want him. They go for him. But the entire team of Team Ash is very, very low in HP. And the Immortal is nearly claimed by Chili Mountain. They want it. They know that they're down a hero. They want to at least win the objective, and they are able to pull it off after all. Taking the position here, evading all of the circles, but now the stun hits Marke at least as they're trying to get a kill. They can't quite make it work though, and once again it is Chili Mountain that locks in an objective, but Team Ash won the fight. 2 objectives now for Chili Mountain. It is a really interesting one that we're seeing here, because at this point in time the Immortals are starting to become more and more of a problem, of course, for Team Ash as they're desperately trying to defend this, and they're doing a decent job. But it's the kills that really come in over and over again for Team Ash, and here they get another one. They go for Brightwing, they go for Diablo, get both of them, so now it's 9 kills to 3, and of course that also results in them taking a bigger and bigger lead in experience just overall. So the situation is a pretty decent one, honestly, for Team Ash, despite the fact that they're losing the objectives. So it's a bit wild, honestly, if you ask me. Right now, the best that they could hope for is win one of those fights big time, and then just try and finally take an objective that would allow them to push for a keep and maybe even the core. But Chili Mountain is attempting to shut them down at every single step of the way, but Imperius falls and they're losing Diablo again. Vala has died. And Muradin still alive. Rhaegar also in play. They're trying to get the kill. There's the mind control. Renella is about to get murdered. They tried for the counter kill on Ultralisk, but couldn't get it. Good use of the reset by Ultralisk's Li Ming. And they are on the way back once more. 11 kills to 5. 2 kills for 2. Boy, what a bloodbath. All over the place right now. People are just dying everywhere. It's one battle after another, trying to push lanes out, get catapults connected with structures. The top wall has been opened up. Sylvanas is defending the bot lane. I mean, this is getting nasty. Also, look at the deaths on the Chili Mountain side. Li Ming and Hogger, both of them haven't died yet. Masquerade got dropped 5 times. Dequaza died 4 times. And the only one on the side of the red team that hasn't fallen yet is Sylvanas. So it is a wild one. Yeah, Nano P can now fully capitalize on his arrows, of course, and they are starting to chunk this one down. 28 stacks at the 15-16 minute mark might not be fantastic for Vala, but it's definitely good enough to do a lot of damage to the Immortal and help them out a little bit here. So Vala is using the repeating arrow on the Monster Hunter to get a lot of headway here for the team. And now they are more on the defense than anything else. But camps again on the map, and that means that the top lane is soon going to get pressured. So, yeah, as it stands, the situation is slowly getting better and better for Team Ashe. Can they finally win an Immortal, though? That's a different question. Top lane gets pushed out. Brightwing is the one defending. Can they make a play for that keep, yes or no? Oh, sorry, for the Immortal first and then for the keep. Now, let's not forget that there's also a camp in play for the blue team. So, Chili Mountain is pressuring at the bot lane with the Shaman camp. So this one also needs to be considered. That wall could fall too. But they're trying to get access now to that Immortal. And especially Vala needs to go a little bit closer here. Nano P is on the way. Gets one arrow connected. Nice. And here comes the team fight. Top keep is taking a little bit of damage, by the way, since there's some minions still left. Muradin! It's too late! They thought they could save him. Rega dies as we get the resets for Li Ming. Oh boy, they thought they could get Muradin out of the battle without using the Ancestral. Rega was trying to save his ult for the next game, but yeah, that might have just been the biggest mistake in this game on this map. Because now Chili Mountain is logging in another Immortal. 7 kills to 11. And Team Ashe is slowly but steadily losing control of the game that they are playing here. A little bit of stutter stepping by falling down the money pick. I like the synergy, by the way, so the color coordination is absolutely top-notch when we're talking about that. But here comes Immortal, number 3 in a row. It's a bit heartbreaking, honestly. Team Ashe was so far ahead this entire game after each fight, but they lose the objective, and this is the 3rd one in a row that is now lost to them. So, yeah. With that, we are seeing them pressured back. It's rough. It's definitely rough for them now. Now, this is still winnable, don't get me wrong. This is still something that they can win if they just defend the top keep now, get to level 20, and then take a battle and maybe lock in an Immortal to push in the late game. But they're losing at least a structural advantage on the map. 31 stacks by now for Vala, so she's getting some solid damage now out. But of course they need a lot more, and they need to also deliver on the Immortal right now for the defense. Level 20 is in, another big advantage for Chili Mountain. And the top team in Europe, they might have struggled in the early and in the mid game, but now they are back to their usual shenanigans and just pushing this hard. So here we go. Down goes the keep. There comes the jet propulsion. The keep is already gone, but they want more. Ancestral this time dropped immediately. The barbecue play by Diablo as he's going straight for the lightning breath. And another big stun on place, and he is dead. Side laner is taken down. And yeah, this is gonna get very difficult for them now. They lost the keep, they lost Blaze. They are about to hit level 20. Chili Mountain, they don't even want to retreat. They're just sieging up on the core, getting one combo out after another. Muradin already with the reset. Dark Lady's call is in as the level 20 talents are being taken by Team Ashe, but the core is falling. The hit points are already lost and they got to do something about it, so they're moving in, trying to go for Diablo. Morena's also with the Avatar as they're fighting back here. Make low, Make safe, Make stunned, and he's dead. Make down. Hogger eliminated, but Muradin is lost to them too. 81% on the core, 73. They're still waiting for Blaze to come back, but Chili Mountain realizes that they are most likely not going to be able to end the game right here, right now. So they slowly fall back and will now fight for the next Immortal. And this next Immortal is very likely going to decide the game no matter who takes it. Now, of course, if it's claimed by Chili Mountain, then they're going to have a pretty easy time to go through that bottom keep and then go for core. But let's just imagine Team Ash for one moment winning this one. If they get a decent Immortal, now that we're 20 minutes into the game and we have started scaling, they have a good shot of bringing this to the left side and really bringing the fight here. So we'll see if they can pull that off. That fight is going to be very important. Thankfully for them, their camp is pushing through the top lane, so that mitigates some of that catapult pressure that we now have here. And Farlander, of course, pushing the lane out and destroying the minion wave is helping towards the same end. Mirren is back, so is Hogger. Yep, and this is really the moment. This is one of the most important ones now. You gotta find a way to deal with this. Seems like at the bottom of the map they're a little bit worried about this lane becoming too much of an issue, so they send Sylvanas and Blaze down to deal with the camp, which of course triggers the instant attack by Chili Mountain for the objective. They see it on the minimap and they make their move. There's a bit of counter pressure happening here too, so it's not quite a full dominance by the Chili's, but it's definitely enough to give them a head start. And now it comes down to the team fight. This is the one thing that Team Ash has to fight for. They need to find a good battle, a good position, need to go for a kill or two, and then take it from there. Brightwing is pushing out the top side, so they got their global doing his thing. Stormbolt and the Dark Lady's Call also gets lost here. Now the cooldown is low, so that's the good news. Brightwing jumping in as the fight continues and breaks out. And here comes the Lightning Breath for Diablo. The Ancestral is out. Renella, Farsia's Blessing with mad value for them. And they take Imperius down. They turn the fight against the Bruise on the blue team and are dropping him. Vala with 88,000 damage at this point. 63,000 for Li Ming, together with Sylvanas, the only hero that hasn't died in the game yet. And of course now it's time to take an Immortal. Vala is already on it. They need this one. They really, really do. 13 to 9 kills. And it's going to be a win on the Immortal for Team Ash. At least it should be. It's actually getting a lot closer than I expected here, but they're trying to go for a kill now too. Vala still playing her game. She might not win this. Vala might not win this, and they get it with 500 HP on the shield. Holy shit. But there's the... No! How? Ultra fucking Lisk gets out of the team fight. No idea how he managed to do that. They take Muradin. Hogger dies too. Maitri has no hit points. And they somehow manage to survive. The Immortal on the map. 4 catapults on the core. Of course, the Immortal is going to take the fort down, but let's be honest, this thing is already so low and there's nobody pushing with it. They are going to take it down before the keep takes any damage. It's just nasty. Oh my god. What a fight and what a map. So this is crazy. A 1 keep advantage at this point in time for Team Chili Mountain, but that's the only advantage that they currently have. 4 versus 4 on the map. Camp at the bot lane, gets attacked. You know, got also the Acrobat over here. 42 stacks for Vala. The longer this lasts, the better, of course, for Vala and her damage output. Now, that's definitely something that's true here, and that needs to be considered also by the blue team. There's some endless stacking going on for Vala. And, I mean, let's be fair here. If you have now the 40 stacks or the 50, it doesn't make that big of a difference. But as time continues, Vala's damage output is going to increase. She's going to have an easier time to unleash a bit of burst damage. And that's not only true for the Immortal, but also against any isolated hero that they find. So that is an asset to have. I would still assume that this game is going to end with the next Immortal. Very rarely do you see a game longer than this. And the fact alone that we're 24-25 minutes into a game on Battlefield of fucking Eternity is in and of itself already crazy. So yeah, not something that you see a whole lot. Let's not forget, this is one of those maps where you oftentimes have even speedruns happening in the team ending the game under 10 minutes if they gain some momentum. And the core is already at 72%. So having vision is super important here too. Don't allow them to sneak up to your core. And they're trying to go for the kill here, alright. Masquerade gets attacked. Brightwing jumps in. Stun, 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 stun. And dead. There's the kill on Brightwing. That's the end of Diablo. That might be game. They're trying to go for Pogga, and he dies too. It's a triple, baby. They get 3 kills, and they got Sylvanas. They go for the Immortal. Alright, instead of just going straight for the keep, they're going for the Immortal. Dibbles is back, so he had the souls, lost them. The only 25 souls that are still stuck with Diablo are, of course, the souls of the mobile game developers on Blizzard. Diablo keeps those because they're too nasty. He can't let those go on the world, so that's not a thing. So yeah, they will burn in eternity. Don't you have credit cards? Quick stomp. Oh no, that could be the end. The Dark Lady's call after the Storm Bolt. The double check in the bush with the Storm Bolt and the ult from Sylvanas. And now, of course, oh my god, full shield Immortal, Nano-P murdering the objective. But the catapults have to be dealt with. Guys, they're already pinging it. Somebody has to get the fuck back and deal with it. They won't be able to take this down in time. Vala gets the hits in. Somebody needs to deal with a fucking core. Winion territory. I don't know if the minions are enough. 32, 28. This is no. No. It's 19% on the core. Oh boy, this is not going the way that they expected. No, my try is dead too. Why? What's happening? No way. Oh my god, 19% on the fucking core, and they're going for it. The Immortal with full shield is going to end the game if it gets a chance. They need to buy time. They need to take one of the damage healers down. Brightwing dodging on the Dark Lady's call. 19 fucking percent. The keep is gone. The keep is about to go down. The Immortal's going to go for the core. Masquerade gets stunned. They need to win the fight. They need to stay alive, and they pull it off. They're alive. The Stormbolt. Masquerade. Here comes the Farseer's blessing. Muradin is still alive. The core is losing hit points. Guys, the Immortal is at it. Takes down the shield. Li Ming is dead. Team Ash, I think they've done it. I think they've done it. Masquerade. He right-clicks the core, but the core is falling too quickly on the left side of the map, and this is game 5-man team wipe and victory for Team Ash against Chili Mountain in game number 1.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Cursed Hollow, map number 2. Team Ash is in the lead. The finish was awesome. Now, they could have nearly lost it. Winions on the core, obviously a bit tricky here. But yeah, just wild in general. Vala was obviously the one that was initially supposed to go back and then realized, hey, I have to take the Immortal down, and did that and barely then portaled back. They took so much damage on the core from catapults alone. It's the danger when you get that late into the game that all of a sudden catapults just hit so hard. It's nasty. So Rhaegar gets banned this time on Cursed Hollow, and we also have a ban on Brightwing. This, of course, being the map where you have 2 bosses available. So Tyrael. The other guy is pretty much the same guy. So Tyrael is insanely strong here because of the Sanctification. That's something that I would more so expect from Chili Mountain to be played, if at all, than from Team Ash. Falstad, Dehaka as globals on the map. You have a lot of impact because you can push these side lanes out quite easily, especially during a curse. So that's something to go for. Would expect that we are now with a Hanzo ban against Bishops, maybe seeing Sylvanas again. And yeah, obviously a targeted ban. I mean, every single time that you're playing against Bishops, you're thinking about that. And as I say that, I remember that Farlander is playing this time. I'm still not sure what happened. I told you this earlier, but Bishops played in the first game of the day. And then he got kicked out of the lobby in the first map of the semifinal. And they swapped in Farlander. But I don't know why. I honestly don't know what happened. I don't know if if Bishops all of a sudden had like some connection problems. I don't know if he just told his teammates, hey, listen guys, I gotta do something real quickly. Maybe I got a Tinder match or whatnot, I don't know. And then he just like left and they had to swap Farlander in, but I gotta ask them after this. Because I'm a little bit curious myself. And when I looked at the ban on Hanzo, my first instinct was like, yeah, of course, Bishops is playing on the other side. You want to ban that Hanzo, or he is going to wreck you. So instead, we now got, as assumed, Dehaka and Forster. So both of them are taken. And we got them split between the two teams. So, yep, Dequaza going for Dehaka. Still. Yeah, Sylvanas and Maiev. Okay. Alright, so Ultralisk on Maiev is obviously a force to be reckoned with. In addition to that, you now have Sylvanas too, which can help you with some split pushing. You got Dequaza for this already, so now you have 2 of those. Yeah, this could be... This is a great start for Chili Mountain. I really like that. There's a very aggressive draft that they can play here. Diablo gets banned. Now again, Chili Mountain should be a little bit mad right now. They are still the top dog in Europe, but they also have the problem that because they're so dominant oftentimes, you know, sometimes they have a little bit of fun and they trollolol around in some of the qualifiers a bit. Since, let's not forget, we're not looking at playoffs here. This is actually the qualifiers. But obviously going down one map against Team Ash is something where they're going to be like, well, not quite what we intended, so let's try and turn this around here. But once that Chili Mountain gets mad, you better be prepared for a battle, or you're going to be in trouble. Now, I get my Tyrael pick, not by the blue team as I initially expected, but it gets picked by Team Ash. So now we have this Blaze and Tyrael, this double layer of defense where you can play around your Sanctification and on top of that also your bunker. The Crybaby is in the game too, so we get Anduin. Okay, so now if they are diving a little bit deeper, Anduin can still pull. Could go for the bubble as well. Unlikely, but can happen. Every single time you see Anduin, of course, you think about Tracer, Genji. Either one of those. Anybody that can just like with a light bomb engage into the fight, but Tyrael could do the same thing. So those are a few things to consider as we're waiting for the final pick. Muradin gets taken, and we got Stukov. All right. So, Stukov, Muradin, Maiev, Sylvanas, and Dequaza. Yeah, let's get this one on the road. Ninopi on the other side, he's the final one to choose for Team Ash. Is it a combo with a light bomb? Or are they simply going to use Tyrael for an attempted engage there? Well, we're going to find out right now. Ninopi, he locks in Bambi. We got Lul Nara, everybody. All right, Cursed Hollow, map number 2. Chili Mountain against Team Ash. Let's go. Team Ash is in the lead as we're headed into the second game of the series. Dequaza here in the semi-final playing Dehaka. Make on Sylvanas. Ultralisk on Maiev. Banana H on Stukov, and Masquerade is playing Muradin. On the right side of the map, we got Renella playing Anduin for Team Ash, Morenas on Tyrael, going straight into the Ardent Restoration, Nenopi on Lunara, Farlander on Falstad, and Maitri is playing Blaze. Alright, let's get the show on the road and see which team is able to take the lead here in the game, and if we're going to get a third map. A final map between the two. Or if instead Team Ash is gonna lock in a 2-0 victory against arguably the best team in Europe still. Now again, to be fair, Dino is currently not with them here today, but Make subbed in plenty of times in the past, and of course the core of the team is still quite powerful. And Team Ash themselves also swapping things back and forth a little bit, but yep, it's party time. So the Sylvanas push at the bottom of the map, drops the tower to 50% HP. One of those usual games that you like to play when you have a Sylvanas on your side. You're taking one of the side lanes and you push for the tower, drop it to roughly 50%. The tank is normally sitting in the bush, trying to stop the rotation as it's headed for you. And if your opponent is going full Wood League on you and not reacting at all, then you can take the tower down completely. But normally backing off roughly at 50% HP is the safe choice so that you don't lose a hero or two as you're getting flanked hard. 1 minimap passes, and after the first minute with the camp spawning, the teams are going for it. Dequaza going straight up for the tongue. Doesn't get the hit. Instead, he gets hit pretty hard in the face, which allows Maitri and Farlander to now also go for some tower damage. And damn, they are nearly going to get one, aren't they? So, not too bad. Yeah, if they just push in one time, they can take this one down for sure. First Tribute is spawning at the bot lane. which traditionally means that you are taking your camp a little bit later, but the blue team has already locked that in. They went into the mid lane and also took the bruiser camp there. Level 4 talents, a little bit faster right now. And we got the Sledgehammer in play. Alright. Masquerade. It's hammer time. But yes, let's go. 4 on both sides. The talents are in. We got the Divine Vigor. And we got the hammer gains. Big push in the mid lane. Yeah, 3 defenders, and they're still taking tons and tons of damage here. The first tower is down, the gate falls too, and you can kiss that second tower goodbye as well, very likely. So, yep, nicely done. They finally pushed that back out, but they lost a lot here. Yeah, this wall is gone. And we get the mage towards the end, getting the final hit in. But of course, the objective is going to announce soon, and that means we're going to have tribute number 1 being fought over. Still also damage at the bottom of the map, so let's not forget about that. We also have the power plays by Team Ash here, since they're using Lunara for this. They had also the Siege Giants at the bot lane. Maitri is going for the next camp. And the timing on this one is going to work well for the tribute too. A little bit late on it though. So in an ideal world, he would have locked that in a bit sooner. Falstad is still dealing with the top, so both of the globals are now top lane, so that they can join the fight at the bottom as quickly as possible. With Masquerade being aggressive against Lunara, that also means that it's a bit harder to interrupt, but Morenas came in from the top with his Tyrael. But now they gotta let this one go. Banana H, nicely done, good zoning from Chili Mountain, so they get a free tribute, more or less, and take the first one. The first step towards the next objective. Yeah, Anduin gets killed down at the bottom of the map, but in the meantime, the fight at the top turns, and they are moving in with Maiev and a kill on the birdie. Falstad ends up in the KFC basket. The tender chicken gets exploited here. Maiev was apparently a little bit hungry, and they're trying to go for kill number 2, but Maitri is still able to escape here, but with 2 kills to 0. Chili Mountain has obviously now taken a slight lead here. On level 7, we got the Purge Evil. Slight deviation away. Anduin with a desperate prayer. I would be desperate too if I was in his shoes. But in the middle of the map, they're still defending. This position is also a bit better for the blue team. So they have an easier time locking in the next objective. Just as we are having Team Ash pushing through the bottom of the map in an attempt to take this one down too. So, yeah. Things are currently looking fairly good for Chili Mountain. And let's not forget that in 30 seconds, the bosses are going to appear on the map. They will also play a big role. And I would expect that the blue team in particular is going to be very interested to take a boss or two just so that they can use Sylvanas to push this a bit further. The 2 tanks are going to interrupt for as long as they can. Globals are still at the top. Could at any point, of course, join the fight if they want to. But we'll also have to abandon something just a little bit. Yeah, another good move for Morenas. But they are now zoning them away, and that is tribute number 2. Mainly important because with that pressure you're going to force Team Ash to fight for the next tribute if they don't want to be hit by the objective. And that of course forces your hand a little bit, no matter where your position is. Now, as this is all happening, we still have pressure at the bottom of the map, and this time Sylvanas and Stukov are going to get not only 1 tower, they're likely going to get a little bit more than that. Muradin is already toying with the red team on the right side, buying even more time for this duo at the bot lane that now destroyed the entire wall. Now, talking about destroying walls, we have the same happening at the top, where Team Ash has Falender and Maitri teaming up and tag teaming this one hard. We got now, of course, level 10 abilities, and I talked about the boss already a few seconds ago. This is definitely a very juicy target for them, but they're prioritizing this first. Now, level 10 abilities are ready for both teams, which means that Team Ash has now access to the light bomb, can go for that stun. Wind Tunnel as a level 20 upgrade is likely, but for now it's the Mighty Gust that they have to worry about. So, a lot of control over a boss pit. Let's not... yeah... boss pit control is pretty crazy. You got not only the Wind Tunnel or the Mighty Gust, but you also, in addition to that, have Sanctification. So yeah, really, really strong. Something to for sure keep in mind here. So let's see what they can do with that. But yeah, with this we have still the boss pit market. No, not like that. Yeah, that one's gone. Sorry, but if you have Sanctification against you, that should be the boss stole now that Sylvanas is gone. Then again, they're about to lose Anduin, so both teams without a support. But the boss is low. Here comes Blaze. Ultralisk is also on the run, and they're making their move. They lose Lunara on the other hand. Yep, great silence. No sanctification for now. Team, there's the steal. The boss is taken. The sanctification is too late. The fuck is happening? Maiev is dead and so is Blaze. And they are just absolutely crushing it. The bunker was there and then they abandoned the spot. They lost the point and Stukov denied the sanctification to them. That was ridiculous. Take a quick look at this. Check this out. They go into the bunker. That's why they lose the boss. Stukov had perfect position to get the lurking arm through, denied the sanctification to them, and we had heroes just dying around the boss spot the entire time. Now it's the 4 destroyed in the mid lane. Down at the bottom of the map, the boss is already attacking the next one. The curse has hit hard, and it's just nasty. This game went absolutely bananas within like 10 seconds or so. Chili Mountain is all of a sudden in a level ahead, have a talent advantage, have a boss moving through the lane, and they have a curse against the opponent team. They destroyed 2 forts. They're working on fort number 3 at the top, and they're now going straight down through the bottom of the map as they're opening the wall up to go for the keep. Absolutely nuts. Both teams took a risk in that last fight and thought that they had the upper hand, and it seemed that Team Ash can turn it, but now they're paying the price. High risk, high reward, and in this case it worked out for Chili Mountain. They use all of the momentum that they gained through that fight and take that particular boss and curse. That was really well executed by the blue team. I mean, honestly, this was such a close fight. One more kill and Team Ash takes it there. But instead, we have now an insanely dominant position for the team. The Gust attempt, trying to hit the angle, they're desperate. You can really tell they're desperate to get kills. They were trying to hit the angle with false stat. It didn't quite work out. Light bomb engage, stuns at least one. They still can't get the kill here. My try, he gets pulled in by Ultralisk, and Ultralisk is of course murdering it. They're absolutely desperate at this point. The keep in the mid lane is also taking damage. We got 25,000 by Lunara, 20,000 by Sylvanas, and of course the keep on 50% HP doesn't make the situation any better right now. A 2-level advantage currently for Chili Mountain. Absolutely nasty. I mean, damn. That is crazy. Really, really crazy here. Chili Mountain turned a little snowball into an avalanche. And Team Ash is currently paying the price here. Now again, if they win the fight in the boss, this is a totally different ball game. But there's so much momentum that can be built up by Chili Mountain. Not only because of the curse, but also because they have Sylvanas here. Banana Age positioning was just so good to destroy all kind of coordination for Team Ash, and they exploited that heavily. Nenopi wants the kill and is going to get it, likely. Yep, there it is, through the damage over time. But as we have these little skirmishes happening, the Siege Giants are still doing damage, and Farlander is the one who has to deal with it. The minion wave that spawns here is helping, and they are going to save the hit points on the core. But of course, it's already a bad situation. They kill Mucke though. They are able to take Mucke down, so now the boss is up for grabs in a 5 versus 3. They're trying to fight their way back into this. Now, kills like that is what brings them back here. It's the only thing that they can try, honestly, and they do their best. 16 is a huge advantage for Chili Mountain, but it doesn't matter if they don't have the heroes on the map. So this boss is going to be taken. There's little that can be done about it by the blue team. But thanks to them running the Haka, they have now even more side lane pressure. So the boss at the top lane, we're only 10 minutes in, unlikely to do a lot. But they have to, of course, take every single camp that they get, take the bosses too. And we'll see how far they can go with this. We had some crazy comebacks, not only in this season and the last few tournaments, but also in today's matches. Tribute still gets claimed by Masquerade and his boys. Reason being, of course, the level 16 talent advantage that Team Ash doesn't want to fight against. Can't say I blame them. And now we got 8 kills to 4. And the Haka already ready at the bot lane here. And they even saved the top fort. So the top fort is still in play. Falstad could technically try and control the top lane. Push it out. Go for it. Yeah. 16 versus 16. Glyph of Faith Huge talent, of course, now for Anduin. I mean, massive talent. That's definitely something that he's going to try and use, and they are getting a quick kill against Sylvanas. Honestly, that is happening a little bit too often right now. Sylvanas now dying for the second or third time in a row, in very unfortunate circumstances for them. So as the top and the bot lane get pressured by blue minions and heroes, they are going for a hit in the mid lane. 5 kills to 8. Still not able to bridge the entire gap in experience, but they're getting closer and closer. They need more kills than that though. Gust for the isolation, but it's not enough to buy them the time they need to get a kill. Good move by Falstad regardless. It was a nice thought, and he hit it well. But now we're going for the Quasar. The disc is already out as Maiev is trying to ruin plays wherever she can. Stormbolt is out too, and Anduin utilizing his trade to save the targets. Morenas out of mana. Bit of a problem for him here too. Stormbolt connects again. Follow up from Stukov. Jesus, they are brawling hard here. But the red team is low, but they get the kill on Maiev. Maiev is dead just as Sylvanas reappears in the battle. My try, on the other hand, he can't get away fast enough. So Blaze dies. Top keep is soon going to be under pressure, and the core too. Every lane is pushing, and Chili Mountain, they want the victory now. And they are moving in for it. So the keep up at the top still has to deal with the siege giants. And here comes the blue team. And they are going for the core directly. They're not even bothering with the top keep. They're going straight away for the core in an attempt to end the game, or at least damage the core significantly enough that they can shortly after go for a victory with maybe another boss, maybe another curse. But they get the core down within seconds to 50%. And this is looking disastrous for Team Ash in game number 2. It seems more and more likely that we are going to game number 3 in this. Yeah, Macke is moving in with another couple of hits, and that's going to be all she wrote. Yep, 10% for 1, and that is it. Chili Mountain with a victory on Cursed Hollow, and we are going to map number 3 in the semi-final. GG. Garden of Terror! Map number 3. We're going the distance in the first semi-final here at the third qualifier for the X-Cup Summer. I was about to say Meta Madness. I don't know, like every single time we're talking in Twitch chat and also outside of it, Meta Madness always comes up in the discussion. Like shifts to hero picks and similar things. So yeah, Meta Madness definitely the tournament for that, but either way. Yeah, if you watch this on YouTube and you have actually missed Meta Madness, I would heavily recommend it. You scroll a couple of pages back on the released videos and look for the Meta Madness matches. They are probably the most entertaining ones on the channel, and are always a huge draw and success because it's super entertaining to see what teams are doing once 20, 30, 40 heroes are banned. But with that being said, we have a pretty entertaining series in our hands too. Since, I mean, now we have Garden of Terror as the final map between these two teams. And, well, Maiev getting banned right away. Looking at Maiev and I was like, yeah, this Ultraless kit seems to be pretty good on that hero. And it's kind of obnoxious to try and get away from him and then just getting tethered into Stukov, lurking arms and stuff like that. So how about we get rid of him first? They're getting rid of a lot of supports too. So there's already a triple support ban that we have here. Which might change the support pick priority for some of them a little bit. Now Anduin's still up. Also on big map Gardens. That's one of the reasons why Rhaegar was banned in the first place. But we could still see the globals. And Hoggar, let's not forget about Hoggar. Hoggar is pretty crazy. And there he is. Yeah, he's also great for the camp clear, of course. And can take pretty much any camp very easily by himself in a very good time frame, which is super important. And on Garden of Terror more so than on any other map because you have more camps here. Mark again with Sylvanas. And we got a Quasar on Blaze. His standard. Yeah, and what else can they take now? I mean, you could still play some globals here. Falstad is up. Also, thinking about this for just a second, this is obviously also a map where you can go for some shenanigans and, for example, throw the Vikings into the mix. Highly unlikely. Well, unlikely, not highly, but it has happened before. But yeah. Honor! So we got Stukov and we got Hanzo, played by Nenop here. Who played Murky here the other day? Swamkora played Murky. They played Murky and Phoenix for Octograb and brrrr. Phoenix went full laser. Good old Planet Cracker. I think I was in the first qualifier for the X Cup, right? Yeah, I think so. But okay, Jojo gets banned. Okay, get rid of her. And what's the final ban here? Do they target Ultralisk again, for example? They also have their support, so they could technically also just try and ban something else out from Banana Age. Now, you can't really choke out supports, obviously. Duh, way too many in the game. Way too many that are viable. But if there's still one that you think like, nah, it's too annoying, can get rid of it. But they eliminate Falstad. Both teams have their side laners already, so with Falstad gone, there's not going to be any additional global pressure. If you go up against the Sylvanas, it can split push because of her abilities, and then you have also Falstad with a global. Makes it pretty difficult and annoying. But the blue team is up for the next two picks, and there's Carrigan. Carrigan and Unuvorak. I see a theme here, and it's stuns. Ultralisk and Ultralisk playing Carrigan. That, of course, is already a preference pick for him. And again, in a lot of games, we actually see Maiev and Carrigan being banned because of that. But with the Nuburak and Carrigan together, they have a lot of engage, and Blaze has the follow-up. So this is already a super dangerous draft. But it allows for Team Ash to react, and they pick Uriel and Diablo, so two frontliners that are very difficult to take down. And that makes it a triple melee for them, with Hanzo being the only range damage dealer. So they can survive through a lot of this here, and really try to deal with that Carrigan and Nuburak engage as best as possible. Banana Age for the last pick now. And let's see. I mean, they need a support. They could still go for Anduin with Light Bomb as a potential engage if that's the play. Could help with the Nuburak going in, but then you have Uther. Of course, nearly forgot about him. The Divine Shield and Carrigan makes it even better for her to go deep into the opponent's backline and try and rip them apart here. So as we head into this, God of Terror, everybody. Map number 3, the final map between the two teams here in the semifinal of the X Cup Summer Qualifier. Game number 3, the final map. Let's go. Dayquaza playing Blaze for the blue team. Banana Age on Uther. Marcus playing Sylvanas. We have Masquerade on Nuburak and Ultralisk on Carrigan. On the right side, my try with Uriel. We got Farlander on Hogger. Nenop on Hanzo. Morenas on Diablo. Aiming straight for the Soul Shield here on level 1. And Renella on Stukov. Okay. Here's the chance for Team Ash. They dropped one map already of Chili Mountain. They stole one. Can they do a bit more than that? Everybody is, of course, trying to figure out where Sylvanas is attacking again with the rest of the team. And it's the bot lane. Maitra realizes it. The rest moves in from the middle. Typical rotation, typical play. And they're chunking it down a bit, but Morenas couldn't really make it in time to get the engage and take them down here. But okay, so now we got with Carrigan the chance to just like follow up with these additional stuns. Currently she's sitting in the middle and makes her way up to the top in an attempt to go for Hogger. But it's always that Sylvanas lane that you also have to keep in mind on. Sorry, an eye on. Yes, Hogger gets out, but Ultralisk with that little move already made it very easy for Blaze to control the lane. Forces the early tap on the fountain by Hogger. As they went for that. Oh, here comes the stun. Nice. Quick scout over the abilities, and then bam, stun straight into the wall. And of course, it's camp time. At the 1 minute mark, I said it before during the draft, this is one of the maps that has the most camps by far. So if you have Hogger, he can really help you to speed up the camp clear a bit and take a small advantage in time against your opponent. And Dayquaza is honestly not really doing a whole lot, he's just trying to buy time. Okay, and he buys more than enough as it seems. because the rest of the team is a bit too late. Nice lurking arm though, and here comes the engage. They nearly got the camp, but instead they're now losing Blaze, and the camp gets still claimed by Team Ash. That was actually well done. So initially, Dequaza just lurking around here, and he honestly managed to delay this long enough so that his team could join him in an attempt to steal it. But Team Ash, I really thought that they were too late, that they reacted too late to that rotation, but they just managed to do it in time. And with nobody dying on their side, they get a kill, they get the camp, and now they have the push at the top available to them, which is exactly what they're doing, trying to take a tower or two down. Now, of course, there's only 3 of their heroes going for it, whereas the rest is in the middle and down at the bottom of the map. But the aggression is there. Morena's staying a bit too far, though. Too far out. So Diablo is down again. And, yeah, in the middle of the map, the Siege Giants also have to be dealt with. Time for some seeds, though. It's a little bit of a slower start into the game. I mean, both of the teams try to be a bit more aggressive, but nobody's making any massive commitments yet. Seed number 1 is taken. Stukov, the one to lock it in for the team. I'm also worried about, like, level 10 or so, because that's when I really want to see some aggressive action, especially, of course, from the blue team, who, with their entire composition, has already signaled that they want to be the aggressors, that they want to push this. But over here, it could be a death of Banana Age, yes. Can they take that camp, though? Diablo is dead, Falena moves in, Blaze isn't here. They are taking it. They're stealing the mercenary camp away from Chili Mountain. So they get a kill. At the top, they had to abandon the lane. Dequaza gets damage. But they at least got the camp stolen. There's a bit of a chase still going on at the bottom of the map. But it's definitely interesting because both of the teams are super willing to go and be aggressive, fight for a camp. And let's not forget that this also in the last game resulted at one point in the blue team taking an incredible lead because they were able to, I mean, pretty much not wipe, but like take the opponent down at the boss, take the boss for themselves, follow it up with an objective, and so on and so forth. So the chance is definitely also present in this game. We're still very early in the game, so death timers are low. That big of a deal yet, but still something to keep in mind here as the game continues. But now they are going for another big battle. It's a 1 versus 1 in the tribute. Everybody else is fighting here at the bottom. Nice combo by Carrigan. Beautiful. That obliterated Diablo. No chance for Dibbles. Ultralisk came in and dropped him. That was a fantastic combo. It doesn't get better than that from Ultralisk. So yeah, Carrigan already murdering. Keep in mind, they banned out his Maiev, so they more or less forced him into the Carrigan pick. And yeah, nice one. My try with a little bit of a hit just as we saw that attempt by Blaze to get past her. So yeah, at least gets a bit of a loft tap. But with the seed in play, this would of course be nice for Team Ash if they could get the second one. But instead, they are about to lose my try. The Space Goat is down. Urel is gone. And they might lose Diablo too. Either way, they are not gonna get that tribute. Yeah, especially now, as you can see here, another stun. Diablo is dead. So this time he's down for the duration. And of course, the blue team now with ease can just simply channel the seed and is hunting them even further past that fort for just a second. So yeah, seems like at least for now, Chili Mountain has everything working in their favor. Small margins, of course, but still, I mean, it adds up over time. We got them with the Divine Shield now. And this is really the big moment when Carrigan can showcase again if she is going to be able to carry the game for them or not. Damage for Hogger. Still a bit higher here than Sylvanas, for example. Diablo died 4 times, by the way. So out of the 5 deaths on the side of Team Ash, Diablo is the one that died 4 times. I mean, I'm not envying him, honestly, with all of the stuns on the front line of the blue team. If you at any point get hit, yeah, have fun playing the game. You need some assistance there to stay alive. Meme Strike for Hanzo, hoping already for the level 20 and the cooldown reduction that he's going to get there. If they can zone them now, that would of course work as well. But yep, Dibble's coming in. Mind control against Urel. She gets the ult out though. The bunker is blocking the path a little bit, but he has the barbecue. Oh, yeah. Well done, please. And Sylvanas is already on the run. So, they're zoning them out from the towers. Kerrigan at the top defending. Hogger in the middle. Also playing the wave clear game. 5 kills versus 2. And seed number 3 is on the map. So yeah, 3 seeds in total now. Okay. Let's see. We got Masquerade over here. 20,000 by the way for Hogger, still 21,000 for Sylvanas. Lowest in the game is currently Stukov. Not by much though. Diablo is not having a good game so far. He spent too much time walking from the Nexus Bay into the battlefield. Oh, poor Stukov. Jesus. Yeah, he could just take his hands off the keyboard there. I was like, yeah, this isn't playable anymore. No chance for him. The second the first stun hits him, they're absolutely overdoing it with the stuns and he gets totally murdered. Everybody just dropped whatever they had on him and Stukov was out of it. So obviously also the damage output alone would have most likely done the trick here, but either way. Anyways, at the top, we get them for a quick move on the fort now. So we have not a single fort destroyed yet, but the teams are really eager to change that. Cocoon is out. Also, we didn't have the mind control connect, but Nano P is still low, and well, Hanzo made it. Hanzo made it. Diablo, he's also fully stacked this time. Good news for him, I guess. Bit of a zoning arrow here to make sure that they're just getting out of there. But it just misses the mercenary camp that is coming in. So they can't zone them away from that. And the cover of the aura gets used by Chili Mountain to go for the fort and to drop it. The fort is gone. Diablo is in trouble. Gets attacked. And Morenas is about to fall again. Yeah, they get the kill. Okay, so 7 kills to 2. Yeah, this has definitely taken a bit of an odd turn from the perspective of Team Ash, but they get the top fort. So they're not completely just letting themselves getting murdered here. They're at least bringing this back slowly and steadily. And for now that means that they have a fighting chance on the next objective, of course, in the sense that they are still looking at even talents with their opponent. So if they can make a play for the seed here, that would be fantastic for them. And I guess they're going to try to do exactly that, because, well, if they lose out on it, then it's the first objective in the game for the blue team. And you don't want to give them the garden terrors. You've already fallen a little bit behind structures. If that happens now even more so and you lose the entire outer ring of defense, you're in trouble. But there's the ult and the kill. Diablo is dead, and that is really bad news. Kerrigan is going for another stun and murders Hanzo. Ultralisk with a cocoon, and they are trying to make the play for the next kill, and it seems like they're going to get it. Stukov is dead, and that's the end of Hogger. Can Kerrigan carry again? That was the question, and yes, Kerrigan is carrying them to victory together with the rest of the team, chipping in enormous amount of damage, but the CC that we're seeing here is definitely highly impactful. Masquerade, they're all chasing Urel now, and the Garden Terrors have already been summoned. Maitri attempting to escape, and there's just too much mobility. They're all jumping after him. Pops the ult again. And gets out. Or not. Oh, run, baby, run. Uh-oh. Yeah, okay, he's going to be able to get away from this. But still, this got scary for a second. So, yes, Maitri makes it out. Good for him. The fort at the top gets destroyed then. So this one is the last one that gets annihilated by Chili Mountain. And they want that 2-1 victory. They want to go to the grand final. Now, it's all about the points that you accumulate for the leaderboard, of course. And just participating in the grand final, not even winning it, is already giving you a significant chunk. So with 1 victory already under their belt for Chili Mountain, just attending the grand final would mean a lot to make themselves the #1 team in the standings right now. Which is exactly where they want to be. Now, they go for the keep and they go for the kill. Urel is dead. Goodbye. Urel gone. The keep is starting to take some damage. And there's still no level 16 talent for Team Ash. They will have it soon, but if they lose more heroes while they're waiting for it, that would be a nightmare. Now, they are still battling this out, and Diablo is not hesitating to drop another Lightning Breath on them. And this time it's finally starting to pay off a bit. Mad amount of damage by him, but not enough to get a kill. The Divine Shield is shutting it down right away. Morena's nearly falling as they try to go for another mind control attempt on him. But Stukov is instead in trouble, Uther, and he dies, and so does Kerrigan. So there you have it. 2 kills for Team Ash. Maybe a bit too greedy from Chili Mountain to try and make a move there. But yeah. 12 kills to 5. Pretty dominant. Now, for the time, they have 3 heroes down on the blue team. So they stayed too long, they lost a few heroes, the experience gap was slightly closed by Team Ash, and now they have momentum they can use to take camps, put them on lane, and push the map out a little bit to gain more control over it, and particularly more vision too. Should also attempt to focus on one of the lanes to take the forts down, so that they don't have to deal with catapults on every single one of them. But yeah, we'll see how that works out. For now, it's just all about camps. And it seems like they are willing to battle too. But here they go. Mercenary camps. They are ready. And get claimed. So now they get the aura here. Big double push at the top. Talking about mercenary camps. They got 2 at the top side. And down here, still fighting for that wall. Yeah, I gotta say, this is going to be a problem if nobody deals with it. There's a catapult and a double camp. Despite the fact that one Siege Giant is already down. But the fight just continues, continues, and continues. Uther's Divine Shield! But Blaze dies. They save Anubarak, but they lose Blaze, and now it's a 5 versus 4. And Team Ash is getting super aggressive. Kerrigan delivering once more another nice combo. Top keep is about to take damage, by the way. Yeah, and this is getting really difficult. That's why Anubarak is starting to move in. But Uther dies once more. Guys, they are really getting a lot of momentum with these kills. 1 kill after another. So they have to still retreat a little bit here. Team Ash don't even take the fort down. They're focusing on the one mid lane. But they are getting the kills. They are getting the kills. It helps them close the experience gap. Just to give you a bit of an idea, if you look at the experience source here, we still have a big lead in hero experience for Chili Mountain. It's honestly more so the minion experience than the passive experience that really interests me. Passive experience, of course, thanks to the structures. So now that they're taking all the forts down, this is going to be more or less negated. But also that we have the minion experience. Higher for Team Ash shows you what you need to know here. They're better at pushing the side lanes, whereas Chili Mountain is just doing better on hero experience. They're lying better traps than the other team. And they are also now attempting to steal some more camps away. Not only the Bruiser camps, but also the Siege Giant camps here. Same time, Masquerade. Those boys, now level 20 of course in. They're all just lurking around. They've been waiting for the Storm Talons. With that we got the Bulwark of Light, by the way. Plus in addition to that also the cooldown reduction for Hanzo. I mean, that was a given. If you're going for that level 10, you're always lurking for or waiting for your level 20. It's the main thing that you're trying to accomplish. Alright, hits keep happening here as they're going for the next potential kill. First ult is already out. Good damage gets Banana Age, zoning them back down to the bottom a bit. And here we are. Quick hit is coming. 12-7, and the seed is up on the map. And this is the 3rd seed for Team Ash. So seed number 3, mind control on Diablo. And here comes the Bulwark of Light as they are trying to drive the momentum straight into the heart of Team Ash. Another quick move for Ultralis, but Kerrigan moving in with the Chrysalis, missing the combo on Mitra, but following it up, and they get the drop on her. Urel is down. And that is a 5 versus 4 and a seed for Chili Mountain. It was one of the first moments in the game where the blue team could have pulled, where the red team could have pulled ahead and maybe gotten the lead on them by getting a kill, getting the Garden Terrors, and then even taking down a keep, since the top keep is already extremely low. But on the right side, that's where we are now looking at a camp stolen and also a bit of a Chinese bush meta play. hoping, of course, that someone from Team Ash is checking that out or walking past. But now with Sylvanas, it's the same as before. You got Sylvanas, you can go for a push. And Hanzo is YOLOing his ults out like there's nothing to it, which there isn't after he now has cooldown reduction on that thing. But it doesn't change the fact that the keep gets destroyed. Yeah, it zoned them away from the spot for a moment, but you couldn't engage into a fight anyway since you didn't have enough heroes on the map. But the keep is gone, and with 13 kills to 7, the lead for Chili Mountain is significant. And of course, in addition, mid lane, one tower is about to be destroyed, and thanks to the catapult and the 2 siege giants, this lane is going to be lost. Somebody has to move down. Urel is already on her way, and I guess we're going to get the seed battle in another 10 seconds. Camps still claimed. It's so important to get the camps on this map. You always want to apply pressure, limit your opponent's vision as best you can, and all of this is what they're currently doing. 54,000 damage for Hanzo. Sylvanas is a little bit ahead of him, even with 57,000. Redemption. Okay, Hanzo. Buying some time maybe, but nothing else. Okay, so there's the big battle. And by the way, guys, this is also happening at the same time. That's why my try is now coming up top and trying to deal with it. And of course, the attack is happening right away. The way that it should be. They're going for the play. Ultralisk with the combo, the cocoon, and Hogger dies. Sylvanas gets the kill. Now we got Uther dead. No redemption for him. Don't forget that. And they go for another kill as they take Stukov down. And Urel dies too. So, nicely done. I mean, they're getting so many kills. They started with Hogger. After that, they are able to take Diablo down. He's back, but not for long. Morenas is dying again. They're dropping them like flies in this particular engage. The only one that died is Uther. That's a setback in the sense that they don't have a support anymore to heal them up. But they now dropped one keep. The second keep is super low, but they're not even bothering with it because the only sole survivor is Hanzo. And they are getting a drop on him too. Kerrigan, she definitely put on the backpack and the big pants. All that leg training worked out, so she's carrying them to victory here. Team Ash, after initially winning the first map, loses 2 in a row and drops into the 3rd place decider, whereas Chili Mountain wins the semifinal and moves on to the grand final of tournament number 3. GG.